Welcome everybody. My name is April. Actually, I'm Miss April, and I am here today to, well, that whole objective of the channel is to illustrate the steps of how I, what do I do? I research, I plan, I prep, I execute, and I reflect on my monies, right? And this is from the perspective of an older beginner budgeter. I'm a new empty nester. I have a newly acquired lower income, and I'm just learning how to life with life at an older age with some experiences. Learning things that I wish I had known already, but I don't. And sometimes it's challenging for us as we get older to admit that we don't know things that people just didn't teach us. How will we know if nobody taught us? Right? So, but the objectives of today's video is to reflect on my budget updates and to stuff some sinking funds. So that's always exciting to me, to be able to save. So just wanted to review this real quick. For my expenses, my budget went up a little bit. My budgeted expenses, the plan that I have for my budget for this pay period has changed, and it should, I think. It should be fluid. I get weird when things change, but I'm learning that that's just what they do. So utilities, I forgot that I didn't pay him the money that I said I would for utilities for every month. So it's only $75. So I gave him that. And then I forgot about some afterpay purchases that I had made from Amazon. And together it was 3 different purchases from Amazon. I can't think of the other part, Temu, I think. And so it ended up being $131.42 that I'm going to pay over the next, that I've already paid. I've got 2 more payments, I think, 3 more. And so this, I just paid the $131.42. So I pulled that cash out. My variable expenses, so I'm putting everything on a credit card, and then I'm just going to, well, actually I'm paying for things on the credit card so I can track my expenses better. And check it against what I'm going to have on my expense tracker. But the $200 that I was going to have for food, I bumped it down to $125 because we have tons of food here. That's really for takeout. And I'm just going to, limit it to $125 to the best of my ability. And the only other change was giving that I was going to give to my ministry. I took off $100 to reimburse myself for the savings challenges that I had to raid in order to get a new phone that dropped, cracked, bounced, slid across the street, and glass flying everywhere. So I had to do that to because I didn't have an emergency fund set up for that, which is what the plan is, right? So today I'm going to stuff my long-term binder, my new manifestations binder, which is, my seeds, and then my relationships binder, which is actually grandbabies. It should be relationships, but because I want to be able to meet with friends and family too. So that's what we're stuffing today. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to count this. It should be $285. And so I'm going to count this out. Let's see. This is prop money because the real money is actually is reconciled. There's a $200 deposit in there. I have to put another $100 into there to bring things back because I took out $300 to get the phone. So I'm going to later the money's, I ain't even got to explain it. This is $285 and it's going into my sinking funds. So there's 50 here, 50, 100, 150, 200, 220, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. $285. Dollar. Turn that upside down before something happened to my head. So, in my savings challenge, in my savings binder, I have, hold that up some, an envelope for car maintenance. I just got new tires. Now there's some weird noise on the brakes. So I want a new car. I'll fill this out after the video. For the vet, I had to reschedule Blue's vet appointment. We're gonna put $50 in there because I had to get the phone. Because I made the appointment. Well, no, that's not why I rescheduled. I just didn't have the money, and his tickets, his shots aren't due until the end of the month. But I was actually gonna just take him in and use and replace, and then I realized, you know, I can wait. I had to stop doing that, using that as a crutch. If I'm saving it, I'm saving it, and I'm saving it for a particular reason. I can't keep rating myself, and it helps to have prop money, but I'm just trying to change my mindset on my impulsive purchase. Like I can't reschedule a vet appointment. I'm still going, and it's only going to be $250, $300. That's only, but eventually I'll get to a place where I actually have that on hand, but I just don't right now. And I got to stop beating myself up about that. I know as an older female, I'm putting 50 in my miscellaneous emergency because that could have been what I used for my phone. And the goal is for $1,000 for each of these. And I'll track those when I'm done. A part of being older, you know, starting life over differently, is people expect me to know things that I don't know. For example, I just had surgery on my foot. I had a walking cast on, a boot, but I couldn't get my foot wet. And so this is for my grandbabies. Each of them are going to get $5. But I didn't know how to take a shower, and someone had to teach me that. You wrap the plastic around there, you tape it so the water can't get in there. And I'm like, duh, but you would think in my 50s that I would know that. But I don't, and I have to give myself grace for the things that I've never experienced. You know, I've been blessed and I have to have any type of surgeries like that. But there are things that I just think that college kids, like, people know, like how to budget or how to even organize my life. You know, and that extra challenge of feeling like I should know sometimes makes it difficult. All right, Aiden is my oldest grandson. He's passed, and he had a condition called hydranencephaly. And it's like hydro. So instead of fluid smushing the brain, it was fluid replaced the brain. There was some schism during his during her pregnancy where his brain reverted to cerebral spinal fluid, and he was given 30 days to live, and Aiden gave us 6 years, and he was an angel, and I miss him very much. Like, it breaks me down sometimes. He was very special, but he just couldn't do it anymore, and he passed away. So I'm going to use the money that I put in here to donate to the Hydranencephaly Foundation. That was started by actually a friend of ours. Both of our, my grandson and her son passed away around the same time in 2016. All right, Aubrey is her brother, my son's daughter. She's my oldest granddaughter, and she gets her $5. And she's the one that I hang out with every weekend. She's the only one still left near me. And so I try to spend as much time with her. She reminds me of me. She's a very sensitive child. Layla is my second oldest granddaughter. This is my daughter's daughter who lives in Texas. And she's my conscience. She tells me things, and she talks about, you need to talk to your mom. You need to talk to your daughter. She's 8. You need to talk to your daughter. She's been mean to us. Romani is my road dog. She's our gang member. She's our setting the kids straight on the playground kid who you have to kind of watch her because she'll argue with teenagers, and she's only 6. But that's my road dog, Rody Row. Jax is my son's, they're in order of age. Jax is 5 now. He is on the autism spectrum. He's nonverbal, but he does make utterances, and he lets me know exactly what he needs. And now that we have a fence in the yard, it's really fun to have him in the back with the dog. No, he won't disappear. He can twirl and spin all he wants, and he loves it. Kaya is my grinning girl. She calls me her granny. Like, I'm only her granny. she's 4. Oh, she's 5 now. Yeah. Calvin, who I didn't even know what Calvin's real name was. These are all my daughter's children. Calvin, I didn't know who Calvin was. I call him Fat Daddy. Fat Daddy gets $5 too, and he told me that he's gonna kiss me for a long time when he sees me. I haven't seen him in a year. She moved last year, March. But he had moved before that with his dad. Jermaine, which is with a G, and I don't know why I put a J, because maybe I like Jermaine Jackson. He is a 2-year-old menace. That's my baby though. He's so naughty. But he shows all his teeth when he smiles, so he gets away with things. And I just found out that there's a new baby coming. And actually I just found out today that it's a boy. Today, actually. And she's at the doctor's office now, and they believe it's a boy. So we don't have a name. Baby's due in October. So we might as well start his funding now too. And I got to start his blanket. I usually crochet the babies a blanket before they get here. So they'll have that blanket to come home with. That's my tradition. I want to start. I didn't print anything for this yet, but I want to start a envelope for encounters with friends. So I want to start putting money in here for when I have friends visit and I take them to lunch, or if someone needs a care package if they're sick, then I want to start that for some friends of mine. I have a friend that's in nursing school. She's stressing because it's an accelerated summer program, and she's just stressing. Like, she yells at me, and then she apologizes, and she yells at me. Well, she hasn't apologized this last time. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave her alone and give her some time. Give her a minute. It would kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, but I get it. I don't take it personally. It's part of the 4 agreements, right? I ain't do nothing for her to take it personally. Let's leave this over here. Oh, my bad. All right. The next thing is the new binder for me. It's called the Manifestations Binder. And this is the binder that I use to visualize the things that I like. Sometimes I have to really work hard to think of things that I like. That I'd like to have, because I really trust God and the universe. And I just follow the yellow brick road and go where life takes me. But sometimes there's things that I just like the first thing, well, that's not first thing, but the thing that I remember manifesting clearly was when I wanted a white BMW truck with a moonroof and enough room in the back. I wanted a white BMW truck with a moonroof. I don't like to be enclosed in cars. And so I went to the dealer. They didn't have what I wanted. Where I could, it just wasn't available. The one that I saw wasn't available. It was someone bought it, and they had time to bring it back, but they had bought it, and so they had time to get it. They had paid, financed it, and they were going to pick it up. And I looked at it and I go, nope, that's my car, and you guys quit playing with my car. And he's laughing. And I'm like, well, but yeah. Anyway, I do want that car, but let's go with it was exactly what I needed. It was a diesel. It was just amazingly beautiful. And it was the pearl white, that shimmery white that I wanted. And it was only like $12,000 for a 2012 BMW truck, X5 diesel. It was amazing. And there weren't a lot of miles on it. So I'm like, well, I don't know why you're playing with me, but okay, keep thinking you're going to give it to that person, but whatever, but I'll take this Mazda. And the day before they were going to deliver my Mazda, they called me back and said, did you still want that BMW? I said, my BMW? Yeah, of course. Thanks. And that's how it works for me. If I claim it as if I put in an order from Amazon, it usually happens. And if it doesn't, that means I'm being protected from something. And so I trust that. And so my manifestations, I'm very careful, because sometimes the BMW ended up getting totaled because I let somebody drive it who wasn't on my insurance, because I didn't know how to say no. So I have to remember that. And I didn't have enough money to replace it because they weren't on my insurance. So it wasn't covered. And that was actually the beginning of my spiral. And then I had to file bankruptcy. So, yeah. So it's, manifestations are real, but it's just really important to have wisdom and guidance with that. I can't just wish for what I want. I don't give my grandbaby all the cake that she wants. It's not healthy. And so that's how I feel that God protects me from all the things that I want. I haven't filled in. I mean, I did it, but there's something going on with my printer, and I couldn't print my cards to go in here. I did order some more binders too, but I don't know when they'll be here, and a punch. I think they're due today, come in today. But the first one is, I'm calling it the crossover to roam with Blue. So I visualize myself with a crossover roaming the countryside with my dog Blue. So it's going to be something that is reasonable and that fits my personality, that I'd like to, that's, you know, affordable for me. Because the car that I have now is paid for. It's just, it's 2003 and it's just hard to, and there's always something going on with it. What did I say I was doing? I'm putting $20 in there. So I'm putting $20 in my crossover to roam with Blue envelope. Can you see it? Can you visualize it? My second envelope in my manifestations binder is for, I want to stock the freezer with seafood. So I want to order from Alaska company, get some salmon and some lobster tails and crab legs, and that's going to be like $500. And so I'm starting that because we don't eat a lot of beef and pork, and chicken can get kind of rough. So the seafood is the thing to have stored in the deep freezer. And then the last one, this is for places that I want to go. So this is for trips, travel, road trips, mostly stuff I do on my own. If I decide I want to go somewhere, maybe go to Vegas to see family or whatever I want to do, or get down to see the grandbabies more often. This is what this is for. Places, the places I'll go. And I don't have visualizations for those. I don't have any particular trip to go on for that. Now my wallet is virtual now, so I don't have anything in my variable wallets, but this is it, and that's enough. Yeah, I'm a little bit focused today. Next video should be an execution of my savings challenges, and I'll keep you guys up to date with that one. All right, hopefully I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for giving me your time, and I'll talk to you later.